Well, if you're Irish, this is your day, huh? Hopefully you got a chance to whoop it up a little bit over the weekend, and maybe today Sarah's ready. John's really ready. He's got a shamrock on his shirt. That's good. All right. Well, enjoy today. It's going to be a beautiful day today. So enjoy. So today, as you know, is St. Patrick's Feast of St. Patrick's. It's a memorial, and we're celebrating the fact that he was a bishop in the church. And he was born in 385 AD, and he was born in Great Britain. And the Irish and the Britons used to fight all the time. The Irish had come over and they had kidnapped his people in his town and took him as a hostage in Ireland. They sold him into slavery. He escaped when he was 16, and he escaped into Europe. And in Europe, he found the Lord, and he actually became an ordained monk in the Catholic Church. And as he was praying, he said to God, he said, I want to go back to Ireland. I want to go back to where I was held as a slave for 6 years. He said, there's so many people that need to find you, Lord, right? So he goes back to Ireland, and he converts almost the entire country to Catholicism. And it is absolutely amazing what he did. When I read some of these things, he spent over 30 years in Ireland as their bishop. He covered the island with churches and monasteries. He's credited for founding over 300 churches in Ireland. Can you imagine that? 300 churches. We don't even have 300 churches in this diocese. 300 churches in the country of Ireland. He baptized over 10,000 people just himself. Baptized over 10. I thought I did a lot of baptisms back in St. Charles. This guy was doing a lot of baptisms. Over 10,000 people. He did die in 461. And after 15 centuries, Ireland still says that St. Patrick was our father of faith. Ireland still says that today, that St. Patrick is our father of faith. We take a look at our gospel today, and in the Old Covenant, you know, when God was rolling out and building the foundation, getting ready for the new covenant of his son, Jesus, what he would tell the Israelites is stay away from things that are unholy, stay away from things that are ungodly. Stay away from the Gentiles, right? Just build up your community among the Jews, and let's get holy. You know, let's work on our community first to get holy, and then when my son comes along, we'll reach out to the entire world. So you kind of see this foundation of building blocks. But then when Jesus comes, he does something completely different, right? He says, hold on a second here. Now that we're holy as the Jewish people, now we're going to reach out to others. Now we're going to show that mercy and forgiveness to the entire world. Now we're going to bring in the Gentiles. We're going to bring in the Romans. We're going to bring in the whole thing, and we're all going to show love, mercy, and forgiveness for all people. Isn't that awesome, you know? And when I first came here and met with 20-year-olds, met with our young people, our teenagers, some of them said, hey, I play volleyball in college, I do this, that, and you know, there's some girls there's some guys there that live alternative lifestyles. You think I should break up my friendships with them, you know, not be friends with them any longer? I said, no. Oh, no, you stay friends with them. You stay friends with them. Because, you know, one day the world's going to come crashing down around them, and you're going to be the rescue mission. You're going to be the one who's going to introduce Christ to them. You're going to be the one that's going to love them. You're going to be the one that's going to show them mercy and forgiveness, right? That's the new covenant of Christ. God doesn't want us to stay in this little church and not be out of these four walls. He wants us to get out there. And believe me, there's people out here in Durand that are not living godly lifestyles, right? They need us out there, right? What do they need us to do? They need us to show them love, mercy, and forgiveness of Jesus. That's exactly what they need us to do. And when we look at God's love for us, you know, Jesus always uses that. God's mercy and his love for us is overflowing. And what that kind of means, that's a little bit of a parable. If you went to the marketplace and I was going to buy grain for my animals for bread, I would lift up my elbow like this, or my tunic, and the guy would scoop grain into that tunic, into this little area here. And I would carry that home. I would carry that home with me. And the way we would know that we had enough grain was the grain would be overflowing. It would flow out of my tunic, right, as I was carrying it. That means I had enough grain. That was a fair measure. And that's what Jesus, when he uses that parable, that's what he means by that. That God's mercy and love for us is so overflowing, just like the grain and tunic, right? Just like the grain and the tunic. So it's good for us today, to think about this in our own lives. Is there someone out there that maybe we have not forgiven? Is there someone out there that maybe we're struggling with? Maybe a brother or sister? Maybe even an in-law? Maybe someone we're not really too fond of, right? Maybe there's someone in our life that is, living an alternative lifestyle in our family, Don't shut them down. Don't shut them down. That does nothing. But reach out to them. Have mercy and forgiveness. And let's forgive them today. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.